Okay, so there's something really interesting going on here in the Bookmap that I wanted to record. Switch to the Tradingview chart really quick so you can see where we are. Still waiting to be filled on this order down here, but there's some interesting price action going on here. As you can see, there's a large bid here of 700, almost 800 Bitcoin that's sitting here in the books, and it's holding up the price. The price is being squeezed right now. Like, look at this. You have this right here, and you have this bid up here of 300 being squeezed. Now, usually when I see like the price being artificially inflated here or kept up, it's usually a UTAD event where the whales step into it to intentionally accrue longs here. Like, people are longing the shit out of this right now is my guess. And if I switch to the open interest, maybe that can confirm our bias. Yeah, so look, open interest is increasing right here. So I think people are longing this, anticipating for it to go up to the upside here, to probably this next point of volume up here. But this looks like just classic manipulation to me. So what's going to be interesting here is I think this is going to get squeezed out. The liquidity is going to be gone here to keep this propped up, and maybe we get a flush to the downside. Okay, I'm curious to see how this plays out. I've also seen it play out where you get the market squeeze right here, you get a little bit of a spring right here, and then you have a drastic move to the upside. So you get the spring, which liquidates all the longs that are accruing in here with their stop losses below here, and then once this liquidity gets let up, you come down here probably to retest some of this area right here, and then you actually have the move to the upside. And maybe I can show an example of how this plays out previously here. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. It's difficult for me to explain. Maybe I need to find better examples of this happening, but usually basically what I'm hinting at is there's points when whales will step in and they'll intentionally squeeze the price. They'll keep it down, or they'll keep it propped up here, and then once the liquidity is let go, then it goes blasts off to the downside. I don't know if that's what I'm seeing right here right now. I guess that's why I'm see there you go. See the left liquidity, and the price is dumping right now. So isn't that crazy? It's crazy that you can see this shit. They let go of the liquidity, price dumped. Okay, that's liquidity in the shorts. You got the bid still up here. So I'm curious if they let go of this bid, that could be a sign that we have the reversal right here, and we're gonna have a move to the upside. But we'll see what happens here. So you could see all the longs. There's people getting got right here. This is that's the textbook manipulation that happens that I see in Bookmap. You'll have a whale step in, hold up the price, right? Squeeze the price while open interest is increasing, which it did very little right there, because people are longing, because you're getting a break of this high, you're getting a break of this. So you have people that are like, holy shit, it's bullish, right? And then the retail traders, the dumb money steps in, tries to long, and then they get absolutely wrecked on the move down because they set their stop losses underneath here. So this could be the start of the trend to come back down to fill me. I'd imagine though, because if we look at this right here, treat this as a Wyckoff event right here, Wyckoff distribution, we're most likely, I'd like to see a move back up to this range to mitigate the positions that were here, and then a move down to liquidate all the people that were longing here, and fill in this imbalance that's right here. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do right here. So I got my fill right here, stop loss right below this low, protected the high a tiny bit, but then looking to trade it again at minimum to this area right here. But you could still see it in the heat map, like that huge bid that was being absorbed right there, and then liquidity got left. And see, look at this guy coming up here. So the price comes up, they're protecting this high for whatever reason. You can see about 400 to 300 Bitcoin. Yeah, 300 Bitcoin that steps in here when the price comes up to here, right? So this is like an algorithm of some sort that is getting initiated once the price comes within a certain percentage of it, right? And you can see them kind of pile in a little bit, get heavy because they think it's going to come up here. And then once it actually gets up here, they really pile on, they support it to liquidate the long. So I think we are going to get a move down, but we're having this retest right here. So if I was scalping this, I would actually place in a bid to short right at the bottom of the structure, right there, get filled, and then my stop loss would be up here, and I'd look to take out probably this liquidity right here, take profit right there for a nice scalp. And what would that be? That would be a 1-to-3 ratio. That's not the best. I try to do at least 1-to-4, so it would be better if you could take out this right here. yeah, if you could take that out, expecting a move to the downside, that makes your odds a bit better. But yeah, this is a quintessential example of like a setup that I'm looking to perfect. So yeah, we're getting that rejection right here. Okay, all the volumes right here, and we're starting to close above it. So we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, because if we blow out of here, then this assessment was incorrect, right? And this is actually something else is going on at here in play. Okay, damn, look at that. Let's look at the order book. What's going on here? Okay, this wall is still here, so they're really holding that down. Okay, but look at that. See, got a nice wick there, and that's why you protect your highs. Because if you place it right there, oh, that probably would have taken me out if I took that short. But we'll see how this plays out here. That wall's still there. Okay, it's starting to come back down here. Oh, it's making its way up again. But there is a lack of volume here. Like, see, look how much lower the volume is here compared to over here. And then on the spot market, where's the spot? Yeah, a lot lower volume here. So I do think this is going to fail. This, whatever this is right here, looks more likely that it's going to have a sharp move up and sharp move down. But I could be wrong. I don't know. This is why I make these videos, so I can document these things and learn from my mistakes. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to interpret what's going on here when you see these, because you can see that buyer's coming in here to prop up the price. So they might be farming for shorts again here. Oh, it looks like he let go of liquidity. Okay, it's coming down. So if I was shorting this, I'd place my short entry right there, because I do think that this is a false rally here. Short stop loss, something like this. Just like protect the highs a little bit, and then trade it back down to these lows for an 8-to-1 ratio. That's not bad. Something like that. But we might not even get a move back up here, because if you look at the structure here, let's remove this. You could say, okay, this is your selling climax, right? You could also try something like this too, like a retest of the UTAD. But damn, look at that. Okay, see, the letting go of liquidity up here now. See, even when this shit was going on, they were still holding it down, but now they're letting up. So, and this guy is coming in again, holding the price down. So what is going on here? I'm trying to understand how this plays out, because see, they moved their liquidity from here to here. So are they farming for shorts here? Like, are they want people to pile into shorts here so they can liquidate them in the opposite direction? Is that what's going on here? In that case, you'd probably see a move back up to the upside so they can mitigate their positions here, so they can sell. So, okay, so they just let go of the liquidity. Let's see how this plays out. Yep, see, price action going up. There's a bid wall right here though. So maybe they're selling their positions that they accumulated right here. I find this shit so fascinating to watch, and to see it happen live too with the heat map is really something. Want to see a retest right here to mitigate, then snag a move to the downside, clearing out all this liquidity back down to the lows where you can accumulate and have the real move up. Oh, okay, we got up here. Yeah, the market is showing real strength here. They're coming in here holding it down. Maybe what's going on is they don't want to let it go up too fast, so they're holding down the market and accumulating here. Oh shit, coming back down. That's why you protect your highs. What's the order flow looking like? I'm watching the CVD over here. Sellers really stepped in, but this 937 could be just from back here. Damn, look at that go. They're stepping in again. Got a huge bid on the order book, and they're holding it down. They're buying it back up. I have no idea how this is gonna play out, honestly. This is really peculiar to me, but it's so interesting how they're like holding down and holding up the price, specific points. This liquidity, this guy's back up here. I don't know. I'm gonna let this be a study for I don't have no idea what the hell is going on, but you can see this guy come in. I don't know if this is the same individual, same entity that's coming in with these huge ass bids of 1,000 Bitcoin, you know, holding the price down, holding it up here, pushing it up, holding it down, holding it up. But you can kind of see their fingerprints in the heat map. Damn, looks like we're coming back up. I have no idea how this is gonna play out, guys. There's too many lines on this chart now. Just remove all this. The theory that I have is the whales, or the institutions, the composite operator, they're stepping in to accrue longs in the market. They want people to long the market here because it looks like it's a breakout of some sort. But so when they accumulate the longs, and as long as they can protect the range, right, they can they can be shorting the market here. They can be accruing their own shorts, getting filled on shorts, and then when the time's right, they can come down and liquidate all the longs that got accrued during the manipulation event. Right here, I'm curious what was going on here. See, it's so easy to spoof these bids because, as you can see from the heat map, people come in and they come out. There's algorithms that determine. Maybe this could be a sign of manipulation is about to partake. When you see, like, because this is obviously some sort of algorithm here that is looking at where the price is, right? And it's coming in to hold down the liquidity when price gets to a certain level, right? So maybe when you see this pattern of like staggered in, out, see when the price moves away, they lift the liquidity. Once it comes back up here, it's coming back and they're holding it down. So maybe if you see this, this could be a sign that a manipulation event is going to take place and you can capitalize on it. And then furthermore, to confirm your suspicions, if you see these big buys of 1,000 Bitcoin that come in to hold up and prop down the market, there's your telltale sign. And maybe when the event is over, you can see they lifted the liquidity down here. So maybe that could have been a sign that the manipulation event is over, and now they're expecting the downside. They're expecting the shorts. But again, guys, this is like complete speculation on my end. I'm just kind of thinking out loud right now. I don't know for sure. I'm hoping by documenting this and by reviewing this as it goes on, then I'll be able to get an edge on the market and find a profitable strategy. But we'll see what happens here, because the order book, I think we can all agree that the order book has slowed down here. Like, it's not nearly as active. The overall structure though is bearish. You're making lower highs. Okay, we're getting some manipulation here. Big bid. This guy hop back in. See, and I'm still trying to understand what is going on here when they're holding down the market like that. Are they trying to force it down right now? Is that what's going on? Because look at the delta here. They're eating away at this. See, and now it's getting a lot active. But look at the order book. It's going way more crazy now. So maybe a squeeze? I'm still trying to understand what is the purpose of holding down the market book like that. And it seems to be at local bottoms, they'll step in, and at local tops, they'll hold it up. I think they're farming. I think the whales are farming right now. They're farming for krill, and krill is retail, because retail doesn't see what's going on. Okay, most retail isn't even looking at an order book and seeing the volume as it's transacted. Most retail is just in here with their support and resistance lines. Like, okay, here I'm gonna get bid. I'm gonna place a bid right here, right? See, it's happening again. He's back with that $1,000. Because if you're a retail trader and you are looking at an order book and you see a sell order of $1,000, that probably freaks you the fuck out. And you're like, oh shit, time to short. Oh shit, time to sell. So maybe that's what's going on. So maybe they're farming. They're farming for shorts here. So when the manipulation happened here, that actually triggered this move up, right? Which was probably the liquidation of all these highs. Right here, you had a move back up here. Right? So you didn't have the fuel to come up here. So maybe they're testing also to see how much leverage is in the system. And when they aren't able to farm for any more shorts, that's when they pile on the shorts and they move the market down. Yeah, but this structure overall looks very bearish. Like the microstructure, there's your high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. One thing that I'm concerned about is usually when you have something like this, you'll have a wick that comes up and liquidates it all. So maybe that's what we get, is we get a wick that comes and liquidates this and then moves down. That would make sense, because throughout this period here, there's people piling onto shorts. But what we do know, or at least what I think we know, is that this is the protected high up here. These highs are protected, and you can see that on the heat map from where this guy has been, or this institution has been moving liquidity right here. So right here is the protected high. And they stopped that liquidation right there. And I wonder if we do get a move up here, if that high is going to come back, if their algorithms are going to trigger again. And what I do know is there is whales stepping in here to manipulate the market. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is what are their intentions? Because if we're trading, I'm trying to trade the waves of the whales. The whales are going to make market moves in the market, and I'm trying to trade in the wake of that and be on the right side. Because if you can understand the big players in the market and you can understand the intentions behind the moves they do, then it allows you to be capitalized on the right side when those big moves do come. At least that's the thought process I have. And look at this. It's like the price is getting squeezed here. You have all this liquidity coming in right here and right here. And I don't know what that is. It's staying in the order books. And yeah, you have to think about it from like almost like a trickster type of lens, because I think the trickster archetype dominates the market. So people will do things like spoofing or like fake orders or manipulation. That's all a reflection of the trickster archetype. And I'm trying to understand how the trickster operates in the markets. So, like, I don't understand what's going on here because there's no volume being transacted, but you have huge bids on either side. So it's like, and I don't know if most exchanges will actually give you a delta of the volume being traded. They probably just give you the order book. So if you're seeing this and you're seeing big both sells and buys on either side of the market, like, how would that affect your psychology? Because I think it's a psychological game. Like, there's literally no volume being transacted in here. This is so fucking fascinating to me. It's like you have huge bids on both sides of the market, squeezing it to a specific price, but you have barely any volume being traded. So this is like, there's definitely manipulation going on here of some sort. But I'm just trying to, I don't know exactly what's going on and what the intentions are. The structure is very bearish though. Okay. You know what? I wonder if you'll even get like a legitimate retest of here, or if you'll just fucking nuke straight through this. That'd be quite something too in of itself. Yeah, this is really interesting. It's like the zipper that's happening here. You have price being condensed in a small range with very low volume. It's, again, whales trying to maintain a specific range in order to farm for longs and shorts. Maybe they're keeping the price contained to see what the general sentiment is. Like, you keep it contained and then you watch open interest. Like, imagine you're a whale and you're an exchange and you have access to everybody's stops. You have access to the liquidity levels, like a heat map similar to this, and you can see the open interest and see if people are longing this or if people are shorting it, right? And you know exactly how much you can move the market. You can pretty much move the market wherever you want to go. So what you could do is you could contain the price to a specific area, right? And then you see in the metrics what retail's thinking. If they're thinking it's bullish and it's long, you're going to see more longs pile on right there. And then you use that as a metric to understand, okay, there's a lot of longs piling on here. Let's liquidate these guys with the short, right? But then you can also do something like, okay, let's keep the price contained. Okay, retail is shorting right now. We have about 50 million in shorts that have accrued here. Okay, let's move the market this way so we can liquidate the shorts, and then we can come back down here where we actually really want to get our positions. So maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that could be the thought process behind what's going on. If anybody's still around, still listening to this, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Like, I'm just trying to understand, like, what would be the point of keeping price contained, you know, within a specific range. And I think it is the whales are just gathering data as prices here, as there's low volatility. They're gathering data on retail. They're waiting for information to come in on where the retail traders want to go as they look at their metrics and see like open interest increasing, or there's a lot of shorts coming in. That's when they know, okay, like the market wants to go short right now. So let's liquidate all the shorts here. Let's make a quick move up. Okay. Right, which is going to also create bullish pressure. Like, they're going to have a lot of retail traders that see this move as bullish because, like, holy shit, we're breaking out, right? But this was actually a manipulation move in general. And then once you have that liquidation event, you can farm for more longs here because retail is going to come in here and start longing this, right? So you prop up the price, only then to send it down to the actual desired price where the market originally organically wanted to go. And I think that's why it's so important to pay attention to spot, is because to me, spot, and maybe I could be wrong, but to me, spot is like organic demand. Okay, it's showing you legitimately the people that are buying Bitcoin for real to hold it, whereas futures is like the degen den. This is where the degenerates go to try to get rich quick and make 100x, find the next 100x. Okay, so I think that is what I'm thinking. I think that could be an interesting theory on what is going on when price is being contained. I wonder what this is. Like, they're letting go of the liquidity and bringing it back in. Are they testing the bottom? I think they might be testing the bottom, because look at that. When they let go of the liquidity, it comes down. The price just drops down, and then when they add it back, it comes back up. So maybe they're testing the bottom to see how much demand there really is. Yeah, maybe that's what this is. They're testing the liquidity down here because they're manipulating the liquidity and the demand here. And if they let go of it and see that price falls, it's like, okay, we know there's actually no demand here, right? But if they let go of the liquidity and the price stay sideways, they're like, okay, you know, there's actually quite a few buyers in here too. There's a change in character of some sort here because they let go of the liquidity up here, seems to be piling back on here. But look at that, like there's no demand here. They moved down the liquidity and the price just fell with it. I think they're farming. I just don't know how long the farming is gonna go. I wonder if they have different algorithms. So you have like an algorithm that's like, okay, maintain the price, right? But then you can also have an algorithm that's like, okay, we're gonna prop the price up like this, right? And we can like generally move the market to make it appear like there's real demand when there's not, okay? And you can kind of see that maybe that's what this is right here. Because look at all this orange here, but like you can see right here, they dropped down their bid and the price fell with it. They dropped down their bid, price fell with it. They dropped down their bid. So right here, they're like staggering it down and up and down. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. That's another thing I'm trying to understand is like, if this is actually manipulation, especially when you have this staggered liquidity, is that manipulation or is that organic? This over here kind of looks like organic price action because look at the liquidity here. I'm pretty certain that this shit right here, where like this $1,000, $800 bid, $900 bid steps in, this is definitely manipulation. So that's another idea. Maybe when they squeeze the price to a specific range, the whales can also, since they control both sides of the market, they can actually control when they want to let the price drop down a little bit and fill longs to trade it back to the top of the range, which they also control. So it's literally, they're playing both sides of the market here, and they're cleaning out the retail traders in here. That's another idea. But if you can understand that that's what they're doing in here, then you can be on the right side. Like if you see the footprint of this, like right now, I'm not confident that I'd be able to spot this in real time, right? I'm gonna have to watch this play out probably at least a dozen more times before I can genuinely spot this in the market and be like, okay, we're gonna have a range of how long did this last? This is like an hour. Okay, for the next hour, price is going to be contained within here, and I'm able to long the bottoms, take profit at the tops and short, and I can be confident that that's what's going on. Okay, but if you understand that that's what they're doing, then it gives you the opportunity to take advantage of that. Okay, so we got to break a structure here, you know, but usually when you get a break of structure right away, retail thinks that the break of structure means time to short. So let's all pile on to shorts right here because it's going to go down. But then the composite operator, the whales step in, and then they manipulate the market up to take advantage of all the shorts that get accrued there. And they'll also take advantage of all the shorts. They'll use the shorts that come down as fuel to move the market up here. Because why waste your money propping up the market if the market will naturally do it for you to fuel in the form of liquidations? So it's like you drop out the market, you manipulate to allow the shorts to accrue, and then you manipulate the market up to trigger stop losses, and you can use that as fuel to take out all the other stop losses right here. And then once you get back up here, right, then retail gets bullish and they're like, holy shit, we're breaking out. And then you manipulate again, prop up the market to accrue the longs, and then you fucking send it down. Okay, I think that's the playbook. So I wonder why they add in that liquidity in the first place. Like, is it protecting? It's to keep the range confined, but is it more so is it to protect their own liquidity? Or maybe you can think of it psychologically. So they remove the bid up here because when you have these bids in the order book, it appears in the order book that there's a lot of selling pressure. So it kind of, if people are biased and they're bearish, it's like, oh shit, I should be bearish right now, right? But once that liquidity is gone, it's like, okay, that order is no longer there in the book. So maybe it's time to be bullish, okay? But you have a lot of buying pressure on the bottom side in the order book here. So it's like, oh shit, maybe we should long in here, right? So maybe, are they farming for longs? I don't know. Oh, but it just looks like they could have just moved it down here. So they're containing it to this area now. I don't know what is going on here. Look at that. Yeah, it dropped down. We're almost to our target. I think we're going to get a move back up though. Before we actually hit this target, I think we're probably going to get a move back up here and then we're gonna have it full send down. Yeah, I think we're doing that liquidation event. They farmed for longs down here, or sorry, they farmed for shorts down here. Look at that price action, how contained that is. Like there's literally no demand there. And I think they're gonna move the market back up now to liquidate the shorts that accrued here, and then they'll send it back down. Was that it? Was that the squeeze? Time to send it down? I mean, there is very little volume in general. So, and open interest was declining throughout this period. So it would make sense why the squeeze wasn't that large. Okay, maybe if open interest was increasing during this period, you could expect the manipulation squeeze up to be more significant. So I think we're witnessing the move down right now. This has been absolutely interesting to me to see this entire campaign play out over the course of what, 4 hours? Well, it really started like over here, I would say. 2 hours. Yep. Okay. Now we're moving down. I think this was the squeeze right here. This was the squeeze. There wasn't enough fuel to bring it up any higher. So look at that. There it is. There's the move, the real move down. Holy shit. Did we get a break? Oh yeah. Okay. So even on this break here, that's when I would have moved my stop to break even. And now if we can take out this low, then I would move my stop to this high right here too. Cause this was the manipulation. This was the manipulation campaign to get out all the shorts here. So you know that there's no demand from here. Like there's not enough fuel. There wasn't any fuel to move the market any higher than this point. So you know you're safe to put your stop there. And then look at that. The market just goes down. So this would have been a really good risk to reward trade. 8.6, almost 9 to 1 trade. Okay, yeah, you're gonna get some degens that buying on this retest right here, but it's not gonna hold out. Maybe you get I'm curious if you would even get like a move up, back up here to mitigate positions before the move down. Who knows? Like that. Like I wonder if you would get a move back up to retest that before you get way down, because that could be another entry, and then you set your stop loss up above that high. And I guess we'll see in the heat map if they start a new campaign. I think that's what we just witnessed. Is we witnessed a campaign play out here of manipulation, about how the whales manipulate the market. So yeah, we're coming back up, probably because people were shorting the market, right? And now you got to clean them out. Okay, so we're gonna take them up higher, continue the trend down. Okay, yeah, so you're getting a retest of this structure here. I think this is another mistake retail makes, probably because they don't have the data to see what's going on. But if you watch this entire campaign play out like we did right here, you would know that this is manipulation right here, and there's no real demand. Even if you just saw the volume, you can see that there's actually no real demand here. But you know retail is going to be placing buys along this right here, right? To long, and expect upward price continuation. And maybe that's actually what happens. I don't know. Okay, I'm just talking out loud again, right? Not financial advice. So retail is going to see, hey, we just got a retest of this structure here. You know, it's time to long. So they do long, and the composite operator here is going to step in and prop up the market right here, which gets other people interested in longing the market all the way up here. But actually what the composite operator is doing is it's coming up to this block right here to manipulate, because they manipulated the price up here, which means they have buy orders up here that they need to sell. So as the price comes up here, right, they're going to mitigate their positions as soon as we get into here, right? Meanwhile, retail is longing on these retests because it's like, holy shit, we're bullish. Look at this. It's up, and whatever moving average is like, maybe you got to bounce off a moving average right here. Basically, I'm just trying to get in the head of what retail is thinking right now, but try not to act like them. So I think retail is longing on the retest of this structure here. But if you read the fine print, if you look at the footprints of what is actually going on in terms of the price action and the order book, you can see that actually what took place right here was a distribution campaign. Instead, what's going on here is you're just going to get a move up here just to mitigate these orders before the composite operator sends the market down, liquidating all these longs that accrued here and here especially, which is going to give fuel to move the market down further to the actual intended area of interest right here, right? So I think, I'm guessing, again, speculation, that when we come up here and we start to make a move down, we're actually going to get a wick down here that just eats through this. We're probably going to get a little bit of buy volume like here, you know, a little bit because the POC is right here, but then I think we eventually make our way down. We'll see how that plays out. And see, the thing is, the composite operator, the whales can do this as many times as they need to, right? It just depends on what the demand is, like at each point when they collect data and they figure out like what the hell is going on here. Like they'll move the market down, okay, shorts pile in, okay, liquidate them, right, on the move up, and then mitigate the orders right here from this manipulation campaign, okay? Next, take out the low, you know, and it's the same thing over and over again. It's the same pattern. I mean, that's why you have this bearish. This is like an archetypal pattern of some sort, of like lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. You know, oh, manipulation right up here, you know, to clear out some of the longs. And this is seen on the small time frames on a 1 minute, but just zoom out, right, and you see the same thing play out on a longer time frame. Like here, distribution, lower high, distribution, bring it down, okay. Longs shorts pile in right here, manipulate it up, mitigate these orders right here, okay. Mitigate these orders while everybody's longing here, send it back down, right, okay. But look at this too, they don't intentionally bring it down and take out this low yet, you know, they keep it confined in this area, right, and they gauge the interest in here and where the market wants to go. And since people wanted to long probably in here and people were overly bullish, they noticed that there's more liquidity to the downside. So they took it down, right? Finally taking out this low. And who knows, maybe they have their eyes, the composite operator, the whales, they have their eyes set on accumulating at these lower levels, because during these entire manipulation campaigns, I think the whales, they understand where the real demand is. They actually know that, hey, there's real demand down here, for example. Hey, so they know that, okay, this entire thing, it was just manipulation by them, right? So they're creating fake demand in the form of price, and they're trapping in retail traders who don't understand that it's manipulation, and then they're just taking them out. And they're farming retail. They're literally just farming retail. And you can see it in the price, you can see it in the heat map. So I'm curious to see if my theory right here holds true. Okay, because if this doesn't play out and we actually take out this high and we go up here, then that means that there's like something fundamental that I'm missing here. Oh shit, big move down. So I think that shows how much of a lack of demand there is right here. Okay, the fact that we can't even come up to mitigate this, right, and open interest is decreasing, is showing that there's really not that much fuel to send this any higher. See, I'm curious how this plays out. Okay, selling climax right there, ST. If we get a retest, if we come back in here and go make our way down, or if this is actually a spring, right, and we make our way back up to this area before we continue down. So because we were able to identify this as manipulation, at least that's the theory, then we really shouldn't go above that stop loss or this high here. I think we just come up here, we mitigate, and then we reverse. You can see perhaps this is the protected high up here though. You can see them kind of stagger in that liquidity at, what is this? This is 29.40.30, 29.40.30. So that's 29.40. 30. So that's way up here is like where their protected liquidity is. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe that's where you would put your stop loss, right above, like right above their own liquidity, that which would insinuate that this is actually the protected high right here. Look at that. See, got rejected right in the zone. Okay. So this is how, like, I guess this is the thought process of how I get my positions. Like, you look for the manipulation. Okay. Once you identify the manipulation, you look for the mitigation zone. Price got mitigated right here, it appears. Okay, so now if we break this low, right, and we come down here, that would tell me that I would be safe to move my stop loss to at least right here, right? Because this is all manipulation. There's no real demand to bring the price up here, okay? They're utilizing the shorts that accrue at the bottoms here as fuel to move up and to mitigate positions. Looks like we're getting a back test. Oh shit, look at that. Damn, that was kind of crazy. What's going on here? You can tell because order book's just getting crazier. You can see the spread, it's jumping. The bid and ask is a lot larger. So there's definitely some shit going on. Oh, look at that. Boom. Just took out all the shorts that were up here that got stopped out right there. Which is kind of interesting because we were able to identify that this is the protected high right here, because that's where the liquidity is sitting right here at 29,430. That's also why it's important to protect your highs too. I'm going to see this low get taken out. This low get taken out to really confirm the ideas that we had right here. Look at that. Yep, took out that low. That's awesome. I feel like I'm starting to get like a definitive edge in the market. I feel like I'm entering a flow state when it comes to understanding the market. The market doesn't seem as random to me as it did even like a month ago. Being able to see how people manipulate the market, how the composite operator steps in and moves the market. The fact that we had distribution right here also shows that these lows aren't safe. Okay, the lows here aren't safe. So when you come down here, it's gonna get bought up again by retail that is like trying to buy on these tests here. The amazing thing is this happens on large time frames. So the same shit plays out on large time frames that plays out on short time frames because the market is a fractal, but it just takes longer to play out. Look, see how there's no liquidity up here anymore? I think they're incentivizing shorts. You're gonna get a bounce up here again to come back up here and move the market down. Take out this low. Okay, so the fact that we took out this low, maybe we can move our stop loss to here if we actually were active in this trade, right? Okay, I guess I just got filled. Damn, we set my low right here. Damn. Okay, stop. Market stop right there. Okay, we might get stopped out, but that's okay. We're gonna see if there's actually real demand. Okay, so this played out to a T. That makes me so happy, and it makes me happy because it tells me that I'm actually like starting to understand the market. This whole entire campaign played out to a T, and I placed my my bid right here because you have the volume right here. Like there's your point of control. You tapped into that, got eaten up. Okay, let's check the futures market. Got a nice bid there. Let's check the spot market. Okay, I want to see some buying on the spot market right here. It looks like people are coming in right here at the bottom, but I want to see some strength here. I want to see buyers really step in. Check the order book. Okay, look at that. Buyers are stepping in. Look at the delta here. Big increase in buying volume, but I want to see it on the spot market too. I want to see buyers really step in. This is like a hallmark of manipulation and that accumulation phase, that data. I really do think this phase is the whales, the composite operator is collecting data on where the liquidity is in the market, where the market wants to go, because they don't know. They have to watch and pay attention. They're basically fishing, putting out reels and lures and seeing where that liquidity is. And then based off what the market tells them, that's when they commence phase 3 of phase 3, which is the markdown mode, right? And see, that markdown mode isn't just a clean like downtrend. Okay, you're gonna have liquidation events here. They're playing the same game where they're accruing shorts, liquidating them. Okay, accruing shorts, liquidating them. And I think right now I don't feel confident enough to actually play along with their games as they're going up, you know. But in the future, maybe once I become more experienced, I'll actually be able to partake in all 3 phases of this. Phase 1 over here, phase 2 over here, and then phase 3. And I can play it throughout the entire duration of the campaign and see exactly how the campaign as it plays out, right? I got my stop in. Okay, I've been staring at the charts for over 3 hours now, so I'm gonna end the video. If anybody is still watching, I really appreciate you taking the time to still be here, you know. But yeah, all right, you guys have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you. I'll start recording again if something else interesting happened. Okay guys, so quick update on that trade idea. I did record an update, but for whatever reason, OBS did not record my voice. So I'm just gonna do a voiceover of the footage here. Basically what ended up happening is after I got filled, I went back to check the spot market and I saw the chart was just abysmal. Like you can just see it going clearly down here. So I ended up canceling my order and I lost about 50 cents on the trade. So let me see if I can find that here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that down there, but so I market sold and I lost about 50 cents on the trade because I was thinking that it was going to dump. And the rest of this video was basically me arguing with myself, debating on whether or not it was a good idea for me to even cancel the trade in the first place, or should I have just let myself get stopped out to learn a lesson, right? But after I checked back on the market, like a couple of minutes later, you come to see the market actually did dump. So my intuition was correct in that something else was going on, and the trade was not looking good. So yeah, just wanted to do that quick update. And yeah,